Hello, hello, Guten Tag. What's going on, guys? We are here in Cologne at the Meet and Eat street food market. Oh, and it smells so good, and I'm so hungry. I think there's gonna be a lot of good food, and I have a feeling I'm gonna end up eating a lot of it. Let's go inside and check it out. All right, this first one we're gonna visit, I'm really excited about because it's kind of a traditional German food. I've had them in the States. I'm talking about potato latkes, by the way, before I go further. But I've had them at diners at home. There's an online German place that I used to order food from because my daughter and I are really into gummy bears. And incidentally, I ended up looking at some of the other foods they have, whether it was pretzels, potato latkes, things like that, and ordered a bunch of just traditional German potato latkes before and had them at home. They're awesome. I'm really excited to have some fresh, hot ones made right here. The smell coming from over there is really good, and I have no doubt that these are just gonna be awesome. As they're frying, you can smell not only the potatoes, but you can smell the onion in there. These are gonna be so good. All right, so we got everything. We got the potato latkes, we've got some cured salmon, and we've got applesauce, which obviously is for the latkes, but also this kind of berry sauce. I'm not even sure what kind of berries it's made out of, but that's also for the latkes. So let's try this stuff. Wow. It's really good. A lot of times when you get salmon at home, cured salmon, it's almost always smoked, which is, part of the curing process. Whether it's good or bad for you, the jury's out. This isn't smoke cured, this is just salt cured, but it's not overly salty like sometimes cured salmon is. And it's just loaded with fresh dill. Easily the best lox I've ever had. Wow. I wish you guys were here so you could try some. Oh, hot. So good. Oniony and potatoey and fried. It's almost like cranberry sauce, but way sweeter. Big old hunk of apple in the sauce. Something to note, because I know a lot of you guys are thinking, okay, what's the nutritional value of all this stuff? The potato latkes, they're deep fried. True, but consider this. When you go out and you get food, this dude, you could tell, grated these potatoes himself. There's not many ingredients here. There's only a few ingredients. It's all fresh. And the oil, right? The oil that he's using to fry with, I don't know what kind of oil it is, but you can tell that that's also fresh. He hasn't been frying in it all day. This market happens once a week for 5 hours. So that oil, once he's done with it, he's tossing it. So it's important to note, people like, if you just say, well, that's no good for you because it's fried. Okay, maybe frying isn't the greatest form of food preparation for you. But once in a while as a treat, especially when done well, I really don't think it's a problem. You know what I mean? I don't think it's something you should be concerned about. 95% of the food I eat is clean. It's, steamed chicken and vegetables and rice and boiled potatoes. I eat a lot of that. But when it comes time to have something nice, I like to have something a little bit different. So if my food happens to be fried or whatever it is, I'm not worried about it. As long as it's, coming from a good place. Next up is this Indian truck. And personally, I love any food from anywhere, whether it's India, Middle East. It's like some of my favorite food. One that we ordered, it's kind of like a sampler with just all this different stuff on it. So I don't know, it's kind of just roll the dice. Let's see what we get. One of the things that I like most about food from the Middle East is the use of spices. And the thing you come to realize, like before I left for this trip, actually, about a week ago, there's a new Indian market near where I live. And it's my first time in there. And I had no clue pretty much what I was looking at. But the thing you come to realize is how complicated a lot of this food is. And I don't say complicated like in a bad way, but I think it's really evolved, intricate food, in the sense that the way that all these spices are being combined not only makes for just incredibly delicious food, but food that is actually good for you and digests really well. One of the things I noticed, one of my more recent trips was Dubai, and one of the things I noticed was how good I felt eating all the food, and I think a lot of it was because of the use of spices, and a lot of them actually help your digestion. For me, it's really exciting food because it's partially because it's foreign to me and it's new, but it's delicious. And from a health standpoint, I think it's really, it can be really, really good food. Oh, that looks good. I wish you guys could smell it because it smells so good, and partially maybe because the weather is so shitty, this is gonna taste extra good because it's hot and it's spicy, and I don't even know what half of it is, but it's gonna be good. Wow. Here we've got some kind of cabbage, but it's actually a little bit spicy, but also really, really sweet. The thing about this food is that it's everything, right? It's a little spicy, it's a little savory, it's a little bit sweet. It's, there's carbs, there's protein, there's fat. It's just got it all. The rice is excellent. Everything is good. You're gonna be shocked to hear the best thing on this plate is this cabbage. Wow, it's good. We found another kind of like a ethnic German stall. It's like a pasta that's like rolled up with meat inside. As it's been explained to me, it's like a German version of ravioli. And usually it's a little bit longer, but it's been cut up. And it comes with salad and a variation. I know at home, when I say potato salad, you guys are thinking like potatoes, lots of mayo. And this is made with like vinegar. So I don't know, I've never had it. Let's try it. Let's check this out. I see you. They're good. It's like pasta and meat. Almost like a sausagey kind of meat, but really good. I don't even like potato salad. I like this a lot better than the stuff at home. Speaking in terms of, do you come and eat this meal in hopes of hitting your bodybuilding macros? No. It's probably way heavier on the fats and the carbs than it is on the protein, but it's definitely a nice treat. Being in Germany, you should make it a point to try different things and enjoy yourself. And that's exactly what I'm doing, because I know come my next meal, I'm right back on track anyway, so what's the difference? I needed to convince myself that this was worth doing. But although it's technically a hot dog, right? It's gonna be different than the hot dogs back home. I mean, we're in Germany, like sausage capital of the world. So you know what, I'm gonna get one. I don't usually eat hot dogs, but I want one. And I bet you it's gonna be really, really good.
Do you want the first one?
The second one.
Hot dog, yeah.
Hot dog.
Where are you from?
From New York.
From New York. What are you doing here?
Eating all the food.
That's nice. No, I'm from Chile.
How long have you been here?
25 years.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. The wiener is so small. Maybe it's just the end of it. Maybe it's just the tip. All right, let's see what this is all about. They're good, but that's a skinny wiener. German wiener, very small. Blame the Austrians. What's pretty cool, and I guess you see this pretty much no matter where you go. We're in Germany. This woman happens to be Chilean. So, between the avocado, then there was kind of like a cilantro sauce that she put on it. You see someone take part of a traditional culture and kind of put their own, add their own flavor to it. And, tradition is always awesome. I love things that are traditional, but it's, it's cool to see things evolve too and kind of mix. She was saying how much she likes it here because there's not the same social stratification that she experienced living back in Chile, you know.
I think you live much better than that in our countries now, because you don't have this strong social difference here, like in our country. You know, in South America, who had money is the boss. It's doesn't matter how stupid it is. No? But money is, but he's okay.
Between people who have money and people who don't have money, that here, you know, you have everyone kind of, you know, working together, living together, going to school together, regardless of what your socioeconomic status is. So, you know, one of the most interesting things when you're traveling is, yes, eating the food, but also talking to the people making the food, and, you know, just really learning about someone's culture. What are you laughing at?
Here you have a look for a typical meal. It is carrots and porridge. I don't know in English. I don't know.
You can say it in German.
It is porridge Gemüse. It is with a meatball. Just a moment, please.
Kolsch, right, versus beer. What's the difference?
It is brewed in Cologne.
Yeah.
It's typical for the city.
Right.
Mostly you get it only in Cologne.
Right.
In other parts of Germany also, or in the world also, I think. But it's a very typical beer from the city. Also, yes. I think yes.
Perfect.
Okay, enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a good time.
Good
Bye-bye.
time. Thank you.
So we found a cart which is producing food that is like really, really typical of Cologne itself. Not just typical German food, but actually so specific as to say that it's traditional Cologne type food. Just some kind of carrots, some kind of other vegetable, and essentially like a meatball. So fuck it, let's just try it. It's super hearty, like the vegetables. It's like almost like a concentrated stew. And the meat, it's really good. It's really salty, but really good. It tastes different than anything I've ever had. I don't know, the way it's seasoned, it's really, really unique. But with the vegetables, it's almost like a leek, like really thick leek stew almost, with the carrots and then the meat. It's super hearty. In Cologne, now, I like never drink beer. Like maybe once or twice a year I have a beer. But I feel like a total loser if I went to Germany and didn't drink a beer. So the way she explained it, this is Cologne's oldest brewery, brewing Kolsch. So down the hatch, bitch. Yeah, it's good.
It is because of a rule here. They are not allowed to sell alcoholic drinks without something to eat. And so they got on the cook. So we add some sausage, and so everything's fine. That's Germany.
At this point, there's pretty much just one last thing to do, and that is to find some dessert because I'm in the mood for something sweet. And I saw people walk around with churros before, and they looked really good. So let's go see if we can find them. Wow, real good. Perfect way to end all this. They're super crispy on the outside, and real doughy inside, and all the sugar. You guys should come here. This has been the German edition of More Than a Market. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope, you know, seeing some of this, if nothing else, was at least a little bit entertaining. Ideally, I would just like to encourage you guys, you know, get out there. You'd be surprised, you know, close by, a lot of times there's different markets, especially, you know, spring, summertime, and, you know, just try different things because there's a lot of awesome stuff out there, you know, and you can make bodybuilding something that, you know, is productive and, you know, you stick to it and you're strict and, you know, you're faithful to it, but you should be able to enjoy yourself. And I think in the long run, it only helps you to better adhere to your goals because you're not so burnt out, both mentally or physically. So enjoy yourself. I'm Centopani. I'll see you guys next time.